Welcome to VSM Online. You're here Thursday Night
Live. It's here. Pastor AJ, that's you.
That's me. I was also the sound guy. I turned down the music. That's
you
what
are
happened.
a magician.
Check that out.
You're so good at
Guys,
that.
my name is Pastor AJ. I'm the student ministry pastor. This is my beautiful, amazing wife, Adrielle. Yay!
Hello. I'm so glad that you're joining us tonight. This is exclusive online only content tonight. And remember, you can always send us your prayer requests. You need to PM us your prayer requests right now. If there's something going on in your life and you want us to be praying with you, the leadership of VSM loves you and wants to be a part of your life. So invite us in, share with us your prayer requests.
There we go.
So that we can be praying for you right now in this season. So another thing I want to mention before I forget is join the small groups. The small groups happen tonight at 7:30, and there is one for you. They're linked there. It says which grade group to go into. But join us tonight for small groups. Don't miss out on that.
Even if you've never done that before, click on the link. Come join up.
Tonight's
See what
the night.
it's all about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pastor AJ, last week you shared some awesome stuff with us. What are you going to share with us tonight?
So, we're talking about hearing the voice of God for the next couple weeks, and I shared about that last week. Last week I talked about being intentional, and, Jesus said, ask and you will receive. So being intentional is important to hearing the voice of God. The next step I want to share about hearing the voice of God, just in a really practical way, an attitude of the heart to have it, to really go after that and hear his voice, is to be looking, to be looking in the right place. The other day I went into this, I went in and I asked the guy, hey, can I have a Polish sausage? And he said something like, are you Polish? I was so offended. I was so mad at him. I was like, how dare you? Like,
just want a Polish sausage.
If somebody comes in and asks you for spaghetti, you're like, oh, are you Italian? Or if somebody asks you for tacos, it's like, oh, are you Mexican? And, I was like, how dare you jump to conclusions like that? What would make you think that I'm Polish? And the guy said, well, you're in a hardware store. And so that's just my little joke.
Good joke, Pastor
AJ. I don't know. It's just a little joke I have. Okay.
But
ordering food in a Home Depot would be really ridiculous. That you're not looking in the right places. And I think sometimes people want to hear the voice of God, but they won't go look in the right places. And I believe that we can hear God anywhere. I believe that you can hear God in a movie, and you can hear him through secular songs. You can hear him at Disney World. I believe that totally. But I think that there's very obvious places that you can find him. If you order food, you go to a restaurant or you go to a grocery store. That's where you're going to find those things. Yep. You could find it in a hardware store. I guess you could, but
if you're a
commonly,
robot.
If you're a robot and you're eating nuts and bolts, but if your intention is to find food, you're gonna go to where there's food.
Yep.
And if you want to find God, you're gonna go where we know we can find him. And I'll tell you where you can find him, and it's in his word. Check this out. I got a Bible here. You look in the Bible, and you're gonna find him, because that's where he's hidden himself. And it's a letter that he's written to you and I.
Yeah.
It's not just a book. And, it is a historical document. There's all this history in it. There's all these great poetry things. There's amazing things in this book. But there's something that he did in there, and it's alive. His word is alive, and he wrote it as a letter to you. It's a love letter, and he wants you to read it, and he wants you to find him there, because he has things to say specifically to you. And, this is what's been great through the last couple thousand years, where people have read these words and it's transformed their lives, is because they're like, wow, if I read it and I felt like it was talking directly to me. Something that my friend Marilyn Hickey always says is, you don't read the Bible reads you. I think that's a really great statement to say, is the Bible reads you. So if you'll open it up, you'll be finding and you'll be looking in the right place. Yeah. I don't think there's a page there in the entire thing that you won't find him, and you won't find Jesus. Yep. So you find God in his word. Don't just read to consume it. I think this is the problem that people have. I want to hear the voice of God, so I read 30 chapters of the Bible. Yeah. I wanted to hear the voice of God, so I read the entire thing, and I read all the commentaries on it, and I did all this. I'm really smart, but I just don't know how to hear the voice of God. Well, you're reading it from the wrong angle. I think that those things are good, to know it and to study it. I love that. I think we should all do that. But if you want to hear his voice, you don't consume it, and you don't try to just gain head knowledge, but you have this intention of, I want to hear your voice. Remember, the first thing is you're intentional. God, I want to hear your voice. This second part, you're looking for him in the right place, and not just saying, okay, my intention, I forgot. I'm looking for you here, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read this. No, remember that intention of, I want to find you here. So you look. Jesus said this, Matthew 7:7. The first part I shared last week, ask and you shall receive. Here's the second part of Matthew 7:7. It says, seek and you will find. if you're looking for Jesus here, you're going to find it. If you're looking for facts, you'll find them. If you're looking to be bored, you'll find it. But if you're looking, and people say, oh, I can't do it, it's too boring. Well, that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking to find Jesus, I guarantee you're going to find him in his word.
Yep.
So my encouragement to you guys tonight is this. This is what I said last week. Get a Bible, get a notebook, get a pen, and play some soft instrumental worship music, and then set aside some time.
Yeah.
And have this intention. I'm gonna look for you. I'm asking to find you, and then this thing. I'm gonna look in the right place. I'm seeking, and I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna seek and find. And you read your Bible, and you start reading it like a conversation instead of just reading it like you're gaining head knowledge. And say, okay, where are you in here? And write down things that you think maybe he's saying. If you do that, I guarantee you're going to find him there. I don't think it's possible for a heart that really wants to hear his voice to completely miss him. If you're looking in his word, you're going to find him. And that's my encouragement for you tonight. Come back next week and hear the third step. Be intentional, be looking. There's a third step I'm going to share next week. We can't wait to see you. Come to us in person on Thursday nights. We'd love that. If you can, we got our small groups.
Join us for small groups tonight at 7:30. We'll see you there.
Yeah.